right, now that looked like a good fish on the screen. Feels like a solid one. Oh yeah. Nice. It's a 13-inch crappie right there. I think Willow approves. What do you think? You have fish boogers all over you. All right, first cast of the morning. Looks like there's several fish on this laydown. There's one. First cast again. Little sucker ate it. It's way down in there. It's always a good sign. Usually means that you've got the color right, profile right, presentation right. Something's going right. This water's definitely stained up more than it was last time I was here a few days ago. We had a couple inches of rain come through, so it's made a big difference. Strike zone may be a little bit smaller today, so don't be afraid to get in there, get right in their face. The size of this one. This would have been this year's spawned class. There's a nice fish. Nice white crappie. Solid fish. The fish easily goes 12.5 inches. What do you think, Willow? All right, so the cast before that, I threw in the same exact spot, traced the same outline of the pile, and as soon as I raised my bait up out of the water, I could tell my tail was clipped over on the hook. And I don't know how many times I have had fish look at it and absolutely not bite because that was not hooked properly, coming through the water crooked. So always, if your bait is slipping down off the hook, put a dab of super glue on it. Try to rig it as straight and symmetrical as you can every time, because it really does matter. There's a little one out of the pile. That should be another one from this year's spawn. He's got a little head start in the last one. All right, we're just checking a couple spots this morning. I've got a guide trip tomorrow. Just want to do a little scouting day before, see if I can find some fish. And I think I found one decent pile here. Another one. I believe that one's going for a ride. What do you think, Willow? Oh yeah, it's definitely a rider. Got them hooked right in the roof of the mouth, and that is in there tight. All right, here's another little trick that I always do on whatever hook I'm throwing. I prefer the J hooks, but every once in a while I'll throw a sickle. Always take a pair of pliers and open that gap slightly. That little bit of extra rake angle, 9 times out of 10 will pop them right in that hard part of their mouth. All right, we'll leave that pile alone. Let's find some more fish. Feels like a decent fish. And it was hugging the bottom. There's a few more there the same size. They're sitting right on the bottom. He messed up. He kind of rose off the bottom just probably a few inches, and I could see the contour shape change. And I knew there was a fish there. Come on, another one. Here's one that's legal by the lake standards, but not by my standards. It's not a lot of meat on a 10-inch white crappie, in my opinion. The bite is soft this morning. You really got to be on your toes. What do you think, Willow? This one make the cut? I think she approves. Well, that was 3 casts in a row, 3 fish in a row. I'll take that. Feels like another keeper fish. They are buried up tight on the bottom this morning. Had a couple really cold nights. Kind of a cold front, and I don't think they've really settled in yet. Between the cold front and the high pressure system, they're a little bit weird. That's another good 12.5-inch fish. But now that looked like a good fish on the screen. Feels like a solid one. Oh yeah. Nice. It's a 13-inch crappie right there. I think Willow approves. What do you think? You have fish boogers all over you. Feels like another keeper. Or he's just really mean. Oh no, he keeps. 12.5-inch white crappie. We'll go ahead and measure it. I know it's kind of hard to see on camera. Let's try this again. Well, you can see right there, he's overhanging. That one couldn't resist it. Alright, so I switched over from soft plastics just to see if this pile still wanted to react, because it kind of shut down. And that's pretty common. You may catch a few fish off one spot and then they turn off. But this is a little plan B trick in case that ever happens. It's hard to turn down live bait. A little bitty one. That's the third fish I've caught today that was this spring's spawn. We're going to try it again on this old broken dead minnow. It's another one about 12.5. Maybe pushing 13. I think we'll retire this minnow. He's already caught 2 fish. So I missed the fish, and I was still over top of the brush pile, so I immediately let it drop back down and was able to salvage that cast and caught another one. All right, guys, that's a wrap for the day. It is officially 9:28. I've got my 20 fish in the box. Here, take a look. There's several 13-inchers. I was just out checking some new spots today. I've got a guide trip coming up tomorrow and just wanted to make sure I was on the fish. I'd like to give my clients what they pay for. Still some transition points. You know, I'm hitting some creek channels, some channel breaks, mostly main lake fishing, but they're starting to stage up on the mouth of these creeks and coves. It's getting better. Every time I come out, the fish are biting even better. It's kind of a mixed bag today. I threw jigs. Probably half the fish came off jigs and the other half they came off minnows. As soon as the spot kind of just turned off, I gave them plan B and they could not refuse a live minnow floating across their face. All right, well, that's enough talking. I appreciate you guys joining me. Remember, keep it real right here on Real Pursuit Fishing.